Many of you may know that I am on a mission from God to walk the streets of Delhi for Jesus. And the first place that I knew I had to go to begin to accomplish this was Old Delhi. It is known to have a lot of historic sites, all in one area. So I thought I would start with the Red Fort up there on the right, and then right across from there is this area called Chandni Chowk, which is known to be a famous marketplace, and along that street are many also historic buildings. So I thought, well, I'll go to Red Fort, and then I will look out across Red Fort, and if I think I want to do the rest of that today, then I will do it, or I'll just save it for another time. Well, this whole scene was a lot more than I bargained for, but I want to share with you how God showed up for me to accomplish what he had asked me to do. Okay, so this is the Red Fort. It's very beautiful, made of red sandstone, built in, I believe, the 1600s. Took 10 years to build. There's beautiful shops in here, and people selling beautiful things, and a museum, and lots of lovely things to see. So while this is cycling through all of these beautiful pictures, showing you all the beautiful architecture, let me just tell you what happened and how God provided for me just to even be able to get in here. When I got out of the Uber, it was very overwhelming, and I had to walk a half a block and then cross this pedestrian crossing, which was against 8 lanes of traffic that don't stop for pedestrians. Here in India, cars don't stop for pedestrians stop for vehicles. So this rickshaw man jumped off his rickshaw and actually put his body in the way of those cars so that I could get across. And then he took me to the ticket counter and told me, when you come out of the Red Fort, I want to show you real India. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'll do that or not, but okay. Also on the way in, they scan you, and the lady that was behind me, I guess didn't think very much of me, and she body checked me, but the security guard said, no, and sent her on her way, and then called me forward. But here in this area right here, I was praying, Lord, do I go to the rickshaw man after I'm done here now in Red Fort? And the Lord said, yes, go to the rickshaw man. And when I came out of those gates, he was standing there waiting for me. So God provided this man to help me cross this crazy, look at this crazy traffic earlier. And then he waited for me, and he was so excited to take me to see this part, real India. He says, no one ever comes here. No one from the outside ever sees this. And so here we are on this strip of a street called Chandni Chowk. I don't know if I'm saying it right or not, but it has many beautiful historic buildings on here. Look at these things that the British built, things that other faiths have built, and it is full of people and stores and rickshaws and everything you can imagine. No cars are allowed on this street. There's no way you could fit cars. It is too incredible, too packed, too busy, and it's like this, he says, all the time. And he told me millions of people come here every year to sell and to buy and to trade and to just see these sites. But you see, there's no one out there that looks like me. It's very, very much a place where the locals will come, the Indians will come. So he is pointing out and proud to show me all these amazing places down this incredible way, and it was very exhilarating to see all of these narrow streets. And he was telling me how one would be for leather, one's for gold and silver. This thing up here is got pure 22 karat gold all over that thing. I felt like I was on a movie set. I didn't know if it was Indiana Jones or Aladdin. I don't know. I had songs running through my head. But I was actually thinking, I think I'd like to do this again. It was such an incredible rush. It was such an adventure. So we are going down the main strip, but then he decides, I need to show you even more. So we start to go down in a moment. He's going to bring me down these very, very narrow streets, the ones that are very particular. So there's ones for the beautiful saris and wedding dresses and weddings and decor and all of these incredible things. So we're going to start to go down this side road. Here we go here. And people are cooking and selling things, and the streets are so narrow that you can't even hardly get the bicycle rickshaw past it with all of the traffic. It's overwhelming. And then he says, come on off of the rickshaw with me. I want to show you the spice market. And so I'm walking through this madness with him on foot, following him so that he can show me the spice market. And people buy spices for everywhere in the world, or order it from that spice market. Here we go. We're still going down these crazy little tiny narrow places, and it just becomes so normal after a while. But I want to show you all the wires when we go back, when we look at the front. There's always a lot of wires up at the top, above everything. You see so many wires. I don't know how they're not electrocuted all the time. These things are a disaster. Like, what is this? So then we finish our hour-long trek through all of that incredible area, and he decides, okay, he's going to take me back to where an Uber can get me. But the way to get there was too crowded. So he decides to get on the opposite side of the highway to take me back. So we're driving against traffic now. This is so normal here. Anything goes on the road. You would not believe it. In India, anything goes. I have to make a video just of that. People would get arrested in other countries for the things that go on here. It's incredible. But this is also a very sad area, because you see people who have a lot of needs and just not doing very well sitting out here. So there's always that factor. But I felt so accomplished when I was done with this trip, because I felt like I owned the land for Jesus. I did it. I went into a place that the Lord led me and made a way for me, but I put my foot and I went into this land for the Lord, bringing him through there with me, because the night before he said, Lisa, wherever you go, I will be there with you. And so me and Jesus accomplished this. We own the land in Delhi today.